And here's a clip of Darlene Fitzgerald Price.
Hello, Kentucky! How we doing today? Folks, I smell something. Do you smell it? It smells like no bid contracts. Billion-dollar bailouts where 300,000 of my fellow veterans go homeless. It smells like Washington politics as usual, and it stinks. Then went on to be a special agent on the front lines of the war on drugs, where I was up against some of the most dangerous cutthroat Mexican and Colombian cartels known to mankind. But what I also found out was there was something more dangerous. When I seized 8,000 pounds of marijuana and 34 kilos of uncut cocaine, I had 5 more railroad tanker cars on the way. When I refused to go quietly into the night, when I protested this and became a whistleblower, they came after me to cover this up. There's a reason we don't have health care, education, and a number of other things. It's because of crony campaign financing. That's right, I said it. We have a government, we have a government that is bought off by the bigs. Big oil, big banks, big pharmaceutical companies, and big insurance companies. And this is why in my campaign, I have vowed that I have not and I will not take one thin dime from the bigs. Not one thin dime. Folks, part of the problem is most of our politicians on Capitol Hill, if they were NASCARs, they would have to wear their sponsors on their suits. NASCAR on one arm, Exxon Oil on the other, and a big fat red sign on their bumper that says, "For sale." Not me. Folks, if you're ready to send a real tested watchdog to Washington, one who is not bought off, one that will not be bought off, then when you go to the polls next spring, you remember one thing. Price is right for U.S. Senate. Thank you. There's a reason we don't have health care. There's a reason we pay more for drugs in this country than any other country. There's a reason. It's called crony campaign financing. That's what it's called, crony campaign financing. Folks, this is the cracked, crumbling foundation that our country now falters are over. And there's no clearer statement of that than what's going on right now with this health care. There's no doubt in my mind that there's a big connection of the dots between the insurance industry being one of the biggest contributors to campaigns on Capitol Hill to the fact that they're arguing over the fact that we need health care. Folks, we have got to stop electing the same old silver spoon country club bought off pocket politicians, or we are over.
And here's a clip of Maurice Sweeney.
In Jefferson County, he has one son. Ladies and gentlemen, Maurice Sweeney.
Let me thank the St. James Catholic Church and the El Cross for the job that they're doing. Let's give them a round of applause. They only gave me a few minutes to talk. As he told you, I'm from Eastwood, Kentucky, where I grew up on a dairy, beef, and tobacco farm. We 300-acre farm. Everybody wants to try to compare our campaign to the Obama campaign, and quite frankly, if I had his ears, I would have flew down here. But let me tell you the type of Democrat I am. I'm a conservative Democrat, and what that means is I bought this tie at Walmart. Now let me also tell you that I didn't get a red tie or a blue tie. When you put red and blue together, you get purple. And I'm the only one that can bring this state together. That we have more in common than we have that divide us. And somebody needs to say it. When you think about these career politicians and what you see, you know very well that you can think about what they'll be like, write it down, put it in a mayonnaise jar, and 6 years from now you can open it and be 99% correct. With me, you can't guess what you're going to get. And I can tell you that my great-grandfather was sold for $1,100, that he worked at a barrel-making plant at night for a quarter, and by the time he died in 1914, he owned 365 acres that's now under Barkley Lake. Now, these career politicians, they've got a good thing going. They asked us to contribute to their campaign, which we do. They asked us to vote for them, which we have. And then less than 2 years, they're running for something else. Now, I don't know about you, but down on the farm, a man's word was as good as a handshake. And we did exactly what we said we were going to do. I don't know, as a small business owner, some of these guys up here, their salaries between $93,000 and $100,000 a year. As a small business person, I wouldn't have that person working for me while moonlighting looking for another job. And if they worked in the private sector would decide that their job must not be vital enough to keep, and they would cut their job as a cost-cutting savings. And on the farm, we just say that dog don't hunt. So it's time for a change. It's time that we show the nation that Kentucky can be more progressive than they think. It used to be that the Democrats and the Republicans came and campaigned in Kentucky, but we've become so predictable, they don't do that anymore. And we can surprise the world, and I'll make you proud. Thank you.
I was one of the architects of Project Build, that Businesses United in Leadership Development ran by the Lincoln Foundation, along with the late Henry Ormsby, Mary Griffith, and Sam Robinson, and successfully led school desegregation negotiations in 1984, affecting 92,000 students as president of the NAACP. For too long, we've allowed partisan politics to have us believe that one side is against the other and that they don't need one another. And I hope to show that common ground and common sense solutions. Small business owners are tired of career politicians who have never had to make a payroll or live off someone else's money tell us how to run our businesses. As a person raised in this community, about a mile from here, on a dairy farm, raising milk cows, raising beef cattle, growing tobacco, I share the family values and the family that the family farm provides. I can say I've never met a farmer I didn't like.
Look, we've just been told, by the way, that we've gotten a Colbert bump. Wait, huh? Excuse me. Oh, no. It was a cold beer bump. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
You are silly.
I'm sorry. Stephen, I'm sorry. I got misinformation. It was a cold beer bump. And it is American, Stephen. It's not foreign beer.
Where?
It's right over.
I just didn't clips or anything, man. Nah.
I got the clip somewhere.
I'll be the clips. I'm a clip. Look at me, I'm a clip. Hey, check it out. I'm a clip.